Hey guys, welcome back. If you don't know who I am, I'm X, and this is The Journey. So the last video, I did a performance of a piece that I did a long time ago called What's Up, Sweetheart. Didn't get a lot of views, oh well. Today, I'm going back into business talk, and I guess I'll start by talking about my experiences from yesterday. Okay, so I told you guys that my girlfriend was actually, she's getting into acting. She recently did a film with Gerard Butler and was a background actor. And while doing that, she met a guy named Zola who owns a luxury designer shop in Buckhead. And while she was working with him, she'd been talking and was trying to figure out a time for me to meet him so that I could sort of learn a little bit about some, fashion business insight and, just sort of pick his brain for things. And so yesterday was the time that I finally was able to meet him and to go down to his shop and check out, what he's got going on. And so just so you know, the dude's name is Zola, and he owns Atom, like the atom that everything's made of, Atom with two T's, and Buckhead shops. Shops around Buckhead. That's where you want to find it. Anyways, I was at his shop yesterday, and first off, it's a great shop, beautifully laid out, and it's like a little boutique, and there's some really cool pieces of clothing in there. Some of them I couldn't get because, well, one, it's luxury stuff, so it's very expensive items, but two, I have a weird size, like I wear a size 30, and it's hard to find size 30 in most pants and stuff, but there were some really cool pants that I really wanted, and I couldn't get them because they were like a size too big. But yeah, so I decided to go through there with my girlfriend so I can meet Zola, and I also wanted to sort of support his business because, one, it's black-owned business, and two, he's selling luxury goods, and a black person selling luxury goods isn't something that, happens too often. So I wanted to support him and, just sort of give him thanks for just even taking the time to meet me. So to speak on Zola for a moment, he's been doing fashion retail for a very long time now. Since he was a child, he's sort of been groomed into it. And so what he's doing now, he's been doing for a very long time, and he's getting traction, and he actually has his own brand now named Atom. Which sells out pretty quickly in the shops to like celebrities and stuff in the area because it's Buckhead, so it's like a bunch of celebrities and stuff. Anyways, he's a black business owner in Buckhead, and for me that was something that I hadn't really seen as far as like, a black person selling luxury goods, and that's what I'm trying to do for my business. So that's the reason that I was sort of there and trying to meet him and stuff. But when I showed up, I checked out some pants, checked out some shirts, checked out a couple of hats and stuff. And while I'm perusing, the clothing and stuff, a group of young men walk into the store, about 3 of them. And by the time I get finished trying clothes on, I look over to what they're doing, and all of a sudden I see a bottle being popped. And turns out they just solidified a business deal with Zola, to where they can sell their socks, which are Consume ATL, Consume the brand. That's, and let me show you real quick because I actually bought a pair on spot. But Consume socks, they're really comfortable and they're pretty quality. And so you can exclusively find them at the Atom shop in Buckhead, owned by Zola. And I believe they'll be available August 26th or something like that. Anyways, they did a business deal while I was there. These young black men, I think the oldest one was 25, the youngest was maybe 22 or something like that. Anyways, they're doing what I wanted to do a while ago, and I never really had the courage or the guts or whatever, and they're out here doing it, and they just made a deal, and it was extremely inspiring. So I saw them do that. I bought a pair of socks on the spot alongside with this here hat that I got from the shop. So one cool thing about Zola's shop, which sort of speaks to these young black men coming in, is that he sells luxury goods. So he sells Ed Hardy, he sells Givenchy, I don't know how to say it, But he sells like these extremely expensive items. So like the hat right here, like a $60, $70 hat, something like that. The pants I was looking at, it's like $150 to $300, something like that. And he's selling these extremely extravagant, high-priced goods alongside local brands that he's supporting, which is sort of an amazing thing for me, just as far as like I see this as a possible future connect, if anything. But outside of that, it's just really nice to see somebody in that position reaching back to help other people up. And that's something that's extremely important and missed in a lot of things in society. People are pretty much out for themselves nowadays, and Zola is out here like, he's out here trying to make his own money, but he's also out here trying to like support other people that are trying to do their own thing, especially black people. And that's I don't know, it was just an amazing experience to sort of see a deal go down, to meet with this dude that's had this brand for so long, and knowing that I'm trying to get into luxury goods and luxury fashion and that sort of thing. And so we had drinks at Gypsy Kitchen, and I picked his brain all night about how we set up shop, how we ended up in the business, and that sort of thing. And it was a really great conversation. I might go in depth in it in another video, but I'd like to move on out of yesterday, and sort of talk about my business. And so I mentioned that I'm trying to do luxury lifestyle goods, or a luxury fashion brand that does lifestyle goods as well. And from talking with Zola, I'm sort of changing course now. I initially wanted to just kind of get the business out there as quickly but as sort of solidly as I possibly could, and I'm still sort of that mindset. But after that conversation, I sort of shifted gears to really trying to find the exact product that I want to sell. Because right now prior to that conversation, I've been just kind of finding whatever I could find that sort of fit fit what I want to do at a low cost, and etc. And after that conversation, I realized I'm just really going to have to bite the bullet and just truly invest in my business. And so that means I'm going to have overhead. I'm going to have to buy lots of samples and talk with manufacturers and stuff, because I want to do cut and sew. And cut and sew is it's a lot more than just drop shipping, which is what I initially wanted to do. Drop shipping, you can't really control your quality, so you end up with like Gildan shirts, or like just blanks that pretty much everybody can sell. And what I prefer to do, which is sort of the whole reason I started even looking into having a fashion business, is because I want to create my own clothes. And drop shipping, that's not it. That's not creating your own clothes. I mean, you can brand it, you can put your own designs and stuff on it, but it's not it's not my type of, or excuse me, it's not the so for instance, like cut and sew, I could make a collar like this and change the button, change the stitching, change the length of the shirt, and that sort of thing. When it comes to drop shipping, you're sort of stuck with whatever they are offering. And so that's not how I want to start my luxury brand. Like, I want it to be the exact products that I want to sell. I want them to be quality. I want them to be, you can't get it anywhere else. That's the whole reason to buy luxury, is because it's exclusive. You want something that is limited, something that nobody else will have. And that's the whole thing. And in order for me to break into that business, I absolutely have to make sure that I'm producing my product from top to bottom, essentially, for quality control. And that's extremely important. That's the whole reason I've waited so long on this specific business, is because I really want to do it right. And so that conversation yesterday helped so much in sort of focusing the things that I need to research and look for. And so just briefly, because this video is running a little long, just briefly, I just kind of want to touch on some of the, where I'm at with my business right now. So I'm sourcing manufacturers, which means I'm looking for people that can produce samples, and then I'll have to take those samples to somebody that can produce it at scale or whatever. I'm also still legally trying to set up the business, so I'm set up with the state. I still have to submit for the city of Lawrenceville, which is where I live, and the county that I live in. And I also have to set up with the IRS so that my business can be taxed, and so that I can do taxes at the end of the year and all that sort of thing. In addition to that, I'm still working on like my brand guidelines, as well as really like the brand values, and I'm still sort of carving out who exactly my customer is. And so in saying that, I'm also really researching what my unique selling proposition will be, or my unique selling point, or whatever, you know, what's going to differentiate me from like Givenchy or from Supreme or from, you know, even pieces found right here, this lovely hat that I bought yesterday, or consume brand, you know, like. And that's something I was talking with the guys yesterday is, you know, who are you targeting? And so that's something I'm still figuring out. I know who I'm targeting, but I haven't quite fleshed out that exact customer, and that's something that still needs to happen. And just a ton more research that needs to be done. So I've got the ball rolling, but it's got such a far way to go before I have anything really even in hand to show somebody. And so it's just a lot of research, a lot of work, and part of it is trying to fit it in my off time, when I'm not at work, when I'm not like, you know, trying to live my life, when I'm not like spending time with my girlfriend or whatever, or with my family. And so it's just it's difficult, but it's exciting, and I'm really inspired, especially from yesterday, seeing someone younger than me out here hustling and getting their shit done. And you know, speaking with Zola and seeing how successful he's been with his business, and because he actually has a couple of shops in Switzerland, which is where he started. Anyways, that sort of wraps up this video. You kind of get an idea of where I'm at with my business, and you can see sort of that there are some other people out here doing what I'm trying to do, and they're already doing it, and it's sort of inspiring for me to get out there and keep going at it. So hopefully this video is inspiring you guys to get out there and get after your dreams. In the next video, I'd like to talk a little bit about an essay I've recently read called Life is Too Short. And I'd also talk about a little bit of my philosophy on how I live and the things that I believe and that sort of thing. But yeah, I think that covers it for this video. You guys have a great day. I appreciate all the, you know, the likes, the comments, all the support that anybody provides me. It definitely helps, and it helps motivate me to keep doing these things. So yeah, thank you guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.